Hello everyone. Today I wanted to explain what I mean by being in the present moment in the relationship with people as they are. What many of us do not realize is we live with a nervous system that is traumatized, with a mind that is focused on survival. We bring our baggage, our past fears and wounds into our relationships, often to such an extent that we don't even see the dynamic that's actually happening in the now, because we are so focused on protecting ourselves. We are in fight and flight constantly, and therefore are not able to relax enough to allow the other person in, to be informed. So we become a kind of a closed vessel. And whatever conversation is happening, we are seeing in it what our scared and frazzled mind wants to see or expects to see. Very often in therapy, when we do couples therapy, for example, it's amazing to what degree what one intends to say becomes something that very different than what the other hears. I don't know if any of you have had that experience. It's always mind-boggling how different our perception of what is said from what was intended to be said. So what I'm saying about when we are in the present moment, we actually suspend all expectations, judgments, and past wounds, and leave the futurizing about our agendas of what we hope will happen or what we expect will happen. We pause that. We're present in the now with the person that we're actually interacting with, and listening to what they're actually saying without filtering, without processing, just hearing. Ability to be in the now is probably the most important skill for everything, because all we have is now. And it is in the now, in this present moment, that we make the decisions that will affect our future. So not projecting, not imagining, but actually being in the now and what's happening now. Our body is always in the now. Our senses are always in the now. So ability to ground in the present moment, in the breath, brings you back to now, this present moment. And anytime you're in fear or in futurizing, you are in the mind, and that's not present in the now. So that's the big difference. You know that if you're in the past worrying about what happened before, or you are in the future worrying about what will happen next, you're not in your body, you're not in the present moment. A great way to come back to the present moment is either breathing, focusing on the breath, or even pinching yourself. Anything that's sensory, or touching something, or drinking something where you really notice the sensations that are happening in the present moment. And that calms our nervous system. When our nervous system is calm, we can receive data from the present moment. Suddenly you can notice the beautiful weather, or the birds singing, or the person in front of you, and actually hear what they're saying. And even more importantly, our body reads information energetically all the time, beyond language. That's why when our parents were pretend smiling to us, but we felt their scared or anxious energy, we became anxious. Because energetically we always diffuse exactly what we're feeling. And that is why our relationships are very often reflecting not what we say, but what we feel and what we believe. So, first rule of thumb, when you're trying to relate to somebody, get out of your head. Try to center, anchor into your body, into your senses, so that you can actually open up to receive the information that is being directed at you. And take things at face value not filtering them from your past baggage, or reacting to your own expectations that were disappointed or deceived. And then something unexpected will start happening, because you will get out of your unconscious patterns, invisible patterns. And when we get out of our invisible patterns, when we notice our patterns and choose to do something differently, everything changes. So just something that I wanted to transmit to you today, following my latest few posts, where I talk about the importance of being in the now and dealing, relating in relationships with people as they actually are, not what we want them to be. Because so many relationships are destroyed because we're not relating to the person as they are. We're relating to them as something that we want them to be, wish that they were, and then get very disappointed when they are not who we want them to be, but remain persistently who they already are. So something to think about. As always, I like to give you food for thought. I hope this is helpful. See you next time.